Welcome to Stellar Sisters, the podcast where cosmic wisdom meets soul-enriching conversation.
We explore astrology, human design, and the unique blueprint of your soul, helping you understand yourself on a deeper level.
Consider this your permission slip to embrace the magic of being authentically you.
Let's begin. Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Stellar Sisters podcast. This is our first episode of 2026, and we are going to dive into the human design new year. We're going to talk about the year of the horse, and we're going to talk a little bit about the numerology of this year of 2026. And before I get into that, Chanel, how was the holidays for you? How was New Year's? How are you doing?
Yeah, holidays were great. My son is 21 months, so it was the first Christmas with him where he was excited. He was opening presents, and that just was the best thing ever because last year he was still a baby, and this year was so cute and fun. And that is just the best thing ever, in my opinion.
Mhm.
But yeah, just kind of taking it easy, but also excited for routine to start again soon.
Mhm. Yes. Yeah, we are recording on January 4th. So my daughter starts back school tomorrow, and I'm looking forward to that. Even though the last couple weeks has been nice to just relax and chill. I always love this time at the end of the year when things get a little quieter and you can usually get some rest.
There's no rest with
No rest with
a toddler.
Yeah.
That doesn't exist.
No. And do you do anything for New Year's? Do you have any traditions that you do?
No,
No.
I don't. Do you?
My family, on January 1st, my dad likes to cook pork and sauerkraut. And it's just symbolizes luck on that day. Like, if you eat that, it's lucky. I think it's I don't know. I think it's Pennsylvania Dutch tradition, maybe.
Oh,
I think. Or German. Oh gosh, I'm like totally butchering that probably. But yeah, that's just a tradition in my family. My dad has always made that meal, which I don't really like sauerkraut at all. But he's improved the recipe over the last couple of years, so I'm actually able to eat it. So I don't know if that brings us fortune or not, but that's something we do every year.
that's fun.
Yeah. And I mean, the last couple of years, especially since we've had a kid, I'm asleep before midnight even happens.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I did not stay up till midnight this year.
Yeah.
I just can't.
It's just like not even something that I want to do anymore or care to do. Like, it's just another night for me at this point.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. And do you have any resolutions or intentions for the year? Or is that something you don't really do?
I don't really, to be honest with you. It's just like I don't know. I don't feel called to do it. I don't know if that's part of me being a manifester. It's like I want to do things when I want to do them and when I have the urge to do them, and I don't want to I don't know, set myself up to do something that I don't necessarily feel aligned to do all the time. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, I love that. I think we're so conditioned to feel like we have to have a resolution or a goal or intention starting January 1st. I think that's what a lot of society wants you to do, and you see it on social media. And I definitely used to subscribe to that. But in the last, I don't know, 5, maybe more years, I've just kind of been like, that does not feel in alignment for me. And, you set the intention, you set a New Year's resolution, and then if you don't do the thing, it just feels bad. Like the next year comes around and you're just like, oh, I didn't do exactly what I said I was going to do. So
I like resolutions or maybe even just intentions that are like, um, I want to spend more intentional time with family,
Mhm.
or I don't want to consume as much. I want
Right.
to do less shopping. I want to work with what I have.
Yeah.
So I guess those all sound great and sound like things that I am working on and what I would like to do, but um, it's not necessarily a New Year's resolution, but I like things like that more than I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going
Right.
to, I'm going to eat healthy. I'm going to, I don't know, be super rigid and disciplined. I like intentions like that more than maybe the old school way of thinking of resolutions.
Yes, I totally agree with you. And I just want to talk about this shift in the year. Like, yes, we have turned this corner of January. It's 2026 now, but really the new year, it doesn't happen all at once. It happens in layers. And yes, we start with the new year on the Gregorian calendar, but the human design new year doesn't actually start till the end of January. It's typically around the 21st or the 22nd. And then we have the Lunar New Year, with the Chinese zodiac. And that typically happens in February, sometimes end of January. And then we have the spring equinox, which is the start of Aries season. And that doesn't happen until the end of March. So if you don't really resonate with setting an intention or a resolution, I want you to release the pressure, because we don't have to rush to figure out, what it is that we want to start, or maybe bad habits that we want to release. We don't have to have it all figured out right now. And I've been really thinking about that this year specifically with December, and having a 3-year-old and creating all this holiday magic for her. As a mom, like working and doing all of that and just keeping up with the house and decorating, I don't have time to think about 2026 in December, I just don't
Same.
have the capacity for it. So I really like that there's these different layers of the year that you can lean into. Maybe you don't even subscribe to setting new intentions in any of those points I just talked about. Maybe you want to go off of your rising sign and when that happens during the year and when you're in your first house, you know?
Mine would be Capricorn season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Capricorn season really feels to me like kind of getting grounded and reflecting and reviewing on the past year and kind of figuring out, okay, what felt good to me? What structures do I maybe need to put into place? And
Yes.
not really creating the action yet. We're just kind of, it really just feels like review for me.
Yeah, I think Capricorn season and the winter solstice is correlated with a new moon. So the
Hmm.
new moon is when the moon is dark. It doesn't have any light. So it's very internal. What do we do during the new moon? We go inwards. We're
Yeah.
reflecting. Where, maybe like we have dreams or, an intuition about how we want to move forward. Um, but it's not necessarily the time that you take action to do those things. That's more at like the first quarter moon, which is correlated with the spring equinox, which
Mm.
is correlated with Aries season.
Yes.
So I do think that you're onto something there, and I totally agree. And I love what you're saying. Like, it's not necessarily the time to take the action, but it is
Yeah.
time to maybe just like reflect, be internal, maybe
Hmm.
just like start thinking about what you'd like to grow and what you'd like to see in your
Yes.
life for this year.
Yes. Beautifully said. It's really preparing this foundation. So when we have the momentum to create, it's sustainable.
Love that. Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, the last thing I want to say about this is, you know, we are in winter in the northern hemisphere. And think of a flower or a plant like you're not expecting it to bloom right now. It's under the earth. And think of it the same with us. We're not expected to bloom right now. We're just kind of gathering the seeds of what we want to plant.
Yeah, where the seed buried underneath the soil, that's, thinking about the way it's going to start sprouting and going up to break out of the soil and become a flower, but we're not there yet. We're still under the soil.
Yes, exactly. And it's
Yeah.
like planning period, planning for a new beginning. And just, I like to think of it of like these different energetic portals that are going to happen in layers, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love
So,
that.
yeah. So let's talk about the Human Design New Year. This is so fascinating to me. This is when the sun moves into gate 41. This is an Aquarius gate. And this year it's happening January 21st at about 8 o'clock Eastern time. And this is known as the Gate of Contraction, but it's also the starting codon in human design. So in genetics, stay with me here with the science part of it. Don't let your eyes glaze over. Everybody listening. But in genetics, the starting codon signals the beginning process. It's like now something's starting. And in our DNA, there's 64 possible codon combinations. So that's corresponding with the 64 hexagrams in human design. So the first starting codon in our DNA corresponds with gate 41. Okay,
Wow.
that makes
I
sense.
didn't know that.
Yeah, it's fascinating. So think of it like the contraction before giving birth, right? So this gate is called the Gate of Contraction. Think of it as, in order for life to come through, we have to undergo that contraction that like launches us into something new.
Mm.
So gate 41 is kind of the same energetically. It's initiating us into this entire new cycle. And gate 41 is all about dreaming something up, dreaming something, fantasizing about something. What are our desires? What's something that you want to create? It's this emotion, it's down in the root center, gate 41. It's a root center gate. So it's this pressure, this emotional pressure to dream something up. What is it that you're fantasizing about? What is it that you desire? It's really diving deep there. And it's kind of setting the stage for what it is that you do want to create. With this gate, though, it's about discernment of, you can dream things up all day long, but what are the actual dreams that I want to take forward, that I want to create action on? So the sun is here for about 5 to 6 days. So we're all going to experience this energy in this gate. And if you have this gate, it's something that's familiar to you. Chanel, you have this gate 41.
Oh.
I have gate 41 too, and it connects, it's reaching up to the solar plexus. So emotions, it's reaching up to gate 30. Gate 30 is the gate of feeling and really feeling into our emotions. So if you have gate 30, the sun is going to create that whole channel for you. So it's really about diving deep into channeling our emotions into creativity in some way. So it's just a time to dream up. What is it that you want to dream up next?
I love that.
Yeah. And something that is huge this year is Pluto is in gate 41 too. And Pluto just entered gate 41 December 5th of 2025. And since Pluto is so slow moving, it's going to be here until February 23rd of 2028. So Pluto's going to be in this gate for 3 years. So we're all going to experience this energy and have access to this energy for 3 years. This is huge. And I don't think I said this yet. If you have not listened to the forecast episode of 2026, that's 2 episodes ago, go listen to that. Chanel gives so many good insights about the year, and she goes into Pluto and what that means. And I'm going to expand on that in a second. Go listen to that and then listen to the horoscope episode for 2026 because she dives deeper into every single sign so you can see where it's hitting your chart. But with Pluto here in 41, it's really, if you go back to those episodes, we talk about the collective future and power structures and leadership communities, like long-term visions. And with Pluto here, this is really happening internally for us. So Pluto's going to transform what we desire, what we dream of, what are we fantasizing about? And I think with it here for so long, it's really going to make us go internally and say, okay, what are we actually here for the future that we're emotionally available for? What do you actually want to commit your time to? And is there anything that you're no longer willing to participate in? It's really going to strip that away. And this isn't surface level. It's like really deep energy with Pluto being here. It's really going to strip down to the truth. It's going to make you figure out, okay, what is authentic to me in terms of my dreams? What is honest? And do I have a dream that I'm trying to put into motion, that I'm trying to create, that maybe was inherited or conditioned, or something that I feel like I should do because of the people I'm around, because I want to perform in some way? Pluto here is really going to ask you, are you following your dream? Are you following a dream that's authentic to you? I think with Pluto here, that's going to be huge. And it's here for a long time.
Yeah, for the next 3 years.
Yeah.
That's super interesting and super powerful. And so we're basically like dreaming a new dream. So what we previously thought we wanted over this time period might completely change. That we
Yes.
might want something totally different.
Yep.
And I think we can all look to the Aquarius house in our birth charts to see what topics
Mm-hmm.
that is for us. And what is also interesting about this is that we're starting to have Aquarius eclipses this year. We have our first eclipse in Aquarius on, what's the date? February 17th. So this is going to be a really big theme of 2026, even more so with the Aquarius eclipses, and even into 2027, where those Aquarius eclipses continue. So really interesting that like all of this is happening at this time
It is. It's fast.
together, the way it all works together. Yeah.
I know. Yeah. We talked about this in the forecast episode. Pluto, just a reminder, Pluto is so slow moving. We haven't experienced Pluto here in our lifetimes yet.
Right.
In Aquarius, in this gate 41. And it's going to be here for so long because the gates in human design cover a couple degrees in the zodiac, and Pluto's going to retrograde. So it's only going to be in 41 for this time. So I think it's going to be a really cool time. It's going to be a really special time to see people stepping into more authenticity. And that was a huge theme in our forecast episode too.
Yeah, it absolutely was.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a huge energy shift. And it just kind of also confirms all of the major planetary transits that are happening astrologically this year as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So now I want to get into the year of the horse, Chinese zodiac. This is happening on that solar eclipse in Aquarius on February 17th. So the year of the horse will be February 17th, 2026 to February 5th, 2027. And just a little side note, which I didn't really know until recently. If you want to look up, what your animal is, and say you're born in, I'll just use my birth year. I was born in 89 in February. And I'm the year of the snake, but I was born February 6th, 89. That's the first day of the year of the snake. If I would have been born a day earlier, I would have been the dragon, like Chanel is. So if you're born sometime in January and even early to mid-February, just look. You can go online and just type in Chinese zodiac calculator, and it'll tell you what your animal is, because if you didn't know that, you might think that you're an animal. If you just look at the year, you might think that you're the previous year's animal, but you might be the next year, just depending on when you're born, or you might be the previous year if you're born in January. So double check that if you don't know.
And it starts with the new moon, right?
It starts with the new moon in Aquarius, because sometimes there's a new moon in Capricorn in January.
Yes.
Um,
Starts with the new
yeah,
moon in Aquarius. Yeah. So
yeah,
even if you were born, like you were born after the new moon took place, even though your moon is still in Aquarius,
yeah,
I'm,
yeah,
I, would it be like if you were born right before the new moon, you could have been a dragon? Because if it starts with the new
yeah,
moon, it probably depends on the time too.
yeah. It probably does come down to, to the minute. Um, but I believe like February 6th, I think was the new, like earlier that day, because I wasn't born till like 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. So interesting.
Very
You can
interesting.
go calculate it and look it up. Um, and also, there is a different element for each year too. So, I am an earth snake. Chanel, I looked you up. You're an earth dragon.
Hmm.
Um, this year is a fire horse, which is fascinating to me because we talked about this in the other episode. This year, we're moving from earth and water to fire and air. So it's just like another layer of this fire initiating energy.
Yeah.
um, and if you think of the snake last year, well, we're still in the snake year right now, but it's about shedding, transformation, spiritual work, healing, intuition. It's more slow. It's about the subconscious. That's what the snake year is about. It's more internal, it's quiet. And the horse year, just think of a horse compared to a snake. It's about movement and courage and aliveness, boldness. Literally think of a horse galloping forward. And a big, big word that comes to mind for me the most for the horse year is freedom. Like, I just literally picture a horse running on a beach, galloping, and they're just free, you know? Like, that's a huge word for me that keeps coming up. How can I create more freedom in my life somehow to feel more free?
Mm.
Um, so we're going from slithering to galloping to running to having this more visible momentum. And
Love that.
yeah,
Yes.
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 um, And when I was thinking about this with the astrology of 2026, the fire horse to me is Jupiter moving into Leo, because
Mm.
Jupiter is the biggest planet. Horse is, I think it's the biggest animal maybe in the Chinese zodiac. Maybe the ox is bigger, I don't know. But it's one of the biggest. And it's a fire horse year. And it's so symbolic to me of Jupiter moving into Leo. Jupiter expansion and abundance and growth and luck, and Leo having this creativity and boldness, and the horse being this massive, powerful animal. It's just this expansion, and it's us something that's wanting to be seen within us.
I love that. Yes.
Yeah. Yes. So I just this year is really powerful, um, and I think it's gonna feel fast too once all of these things start to happen with
Yeah.
this
It's not a
power.
year of internal reflection, it's a year of taking action and
Yeah.
doing.
Yes. Yeah. So I always find that fun to look up, what animal you are. And if you're a horse, this could be a powerful year for you, you know? Um, so horses out there, let me know how you're feeling. Um, and then the last thing I want to talk about is the numerology of this year, which I find really fascinating too. So this year is a 1 year, and you get the number by just adding up the year. So 2 plus 2 plus 6 is 10. So 1 plus 0 is 1. So it's a 1 year numerology. And 2025 was a 9 year. So a 9 year is about endings, completion, letting things go. So what I want to say before we talk about the 1 year is, and we're still in the year of the snake until February 17th, and that's all about shedding and letting go. So if you feel like you have things to let go of or something that you don't want to bring into the new year, work on that. Let it go. Now's the time to just let those things go, write things down, burn it, talk it out with somebody, with a therapist or a trusted friend. I like to go get acupuncture because I feel like that really clears the energy in my body. Do some kind of house cleanse, move the energy around. It's time to let things go before entering the year of the horse and stepping into all of this initiation energy, because the 1 line, or not the 1 line, but the 1 year is about beginnings and a fresh start, this blank slate, more self-discovery, creativity. It's really encouraging you to put yourself first, make yourself a priority. What am I wanting to be? How do I want to spend my days? And it's going, you can use that energy of Gate 41 in alignment with this 1 year energy of just like, who do I want to be? What's in alignment for me? What's authentic to me? So just all of this energy is just huge,
Yeah. What's interesting about that is with the 1 year, I mean, Aries is the first sign of the zodiac, and Aries kind of gives me the same energy as this one of like
Yeah.
putting yourself first, of individualism, of action oriented, of, putting yourself and your dreams first and taking action on what you want. And Saturn is going into Aries and Neptune is going into Aries. And we're having this Saturn-Neptune conjunction at 0 degrees of Aries, which is the very first marker of Aries. So this 1 year combined with all of this Aries energy is very interesting, because the Saturn-Neptune conjunction in Aries, and Saturn in Aries especially, I think is really having us work on being an individual. It's having us work on being more independent. It's forcing us to like work on our sense of self, our sense of independence. And you can look at what area of life this is for you in your own chart in the Aries house. And I do go over that in our horoscope episode, but it's not always easy, to work on this energy, but it's something that we're
Right.
really being called to do. And this year, with it being a 1 year and having such strong Aries energy, and then also the Leo energy, which is also all about the individual standing out, not being afraid to be seen, stepping into the spotlight, having the courage and confidence to go after what you want. So it's very interesting how it all ties together, I think.
Yeah, it is. It's a big year.
Yeah, huge.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I mean, obviously, this is all I talked about in the
Yeah.
forecast episode about what a huge energy shift this is. So
Oh,
it's really
it is.
interesting just to have this other layer to it that validates and confirms it.
Yes. Yeah. I just love how it all comes together. It's all connected. And then if you want to go even deeper with your numerology, maybe you don't really resonate with it being a 1 line year. Like you're just like, I mean, that is there. That's the collective energy for us. But you also have your own personal year. Do you know about this, Chanel?
Yeah, it's like your birthday combined with the year or something like that,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. So it's your month plus the day plus whatever the year is. Mine is 6 plus 2, which is 8. And then you would add up 2026, which is 1. So I'm just adding 8 plus 1. I'm in a 9 year.
Oh.
So that can feel, if that's you too, that can feel kind of contradictory, because the 9 is about letting go and kind of being more internal, whereas the 1 is like initiating and creating something new. So for me, um, my work in this 9 year is kind of this combination of the things, like finishing, releasing, simplifying things. What am I complete with? Wow, maybe having this sense of starting something new, kind of balancing the two of them.
Mhm.
And then Chanel, you're in a personal 4 year. So this is more about building foundations for new beginnings and establishing structures and routines. And that can kind of look like, with the 1 year combined, it's like, how can I build this structure that can hold my new ideas, the new things that I want to create?
Mm.
Creating containers for these new ideas that are coming in, the things that you want to build. So, you can kind of put your personal year with the collective year and kind of combine the energies, and you might resonate more with that. So again, add up your month plus your day plus 1, because that's what 2026 is, comes out to a 1. And if you end up with a double digit, just add those two together until you get 1 through 9.
Wow. I love that. I'm obsessed
Yeah.
with that.
Yes. Yeah. Really fun to work with.
Yeah. So interesting that I'm in a 4 year, and that's about like foundations, you said?
Yeah. Think of the 4, I don't know if you're like into tarot, or, the 4 is always about structure, grounding, building. Building foundations,
Yeah.
creating routines. You were just talking about this. We were just, before we started recording, Shana, you used the word structure a couple times, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. And Saturn in Aries is in my 4th house, which is the house that is like your inner foundation, your inner world, and it can literally represent like the home that holds you, and just your inner structure. And I resonate with that very much going into this year.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, I mean, I love this stuff. So
Yeah.
it's really interesting.
Yeah. And for me, with the being in a 9 year, like, I'm always kind of 1 year behind. We just were in a 9 year. Now we're collectively into a 1 year. And me personally, I'm always like a year behind, you
Oh,
know?
yeah.
Um, but for me, I've been really thinking, like, I just feel like I'm going nonstop. And for me, with the 9 year, it's like, okay, well, what do I need to let go of? What do I need to complete and kind of shed before? Because I have all of these ideas and things that I'm dreaming up and want to create. But I really do need to take the time and kind of go a little bit more internally, and figure out, okay, well, what do I need to release before I can kind of step in more so to the 1 line energy, which might not even really happen for me until next year, when I'm in that personal 1 year.
Yeah.
I feel like I keep saying 1 line. It's like a human design thing, but it's one. If you hear me say 1 line, I mean 1 year.
Yeah. I do that too with astrology things all the
Yeah.
time.
But I just want to give a couple keywords. So if you figure out what your year is personally, if you're in that 1 year, that's the same as the collective. It's about leadership, independence, initiation. If you're in a 2 year, it's more about relationships, collaboration, harmony, creating a balance, sensitivity. The 3 year is creativity, expression, voice, communication. 4 is the structure, grounding, building, like Chanel's in. 5 can be about change or freedom, exploration, trying new things. The 6 is more about your community and your caregiving, your responsibility to the other. 7 is spirituality, wisdom, introspection. 8 is power, abundance, authority. And 9 is, compassion, completion. It's more humanitarianism and shedding. So yeah, you can look up your year, kind of combine it with the 1 year, and see what it has in store for you, if you resonate with it.
Love it.
So yeah, that's what I have for you today. And just if you take one thing away from this episode, it's, you don't have to have all of these intentions right away. You're not late, you're not behind. There's no need to rush. I think we can all slow down, especially we're still in Capricorn season. How can we kind of ground in and slow down and think about what it is we actually want to create, what's actually true to us, what's actually something that we're into and authentic to us.
Beautiful. I love it.
If you haven't gotten a reading with Chanel, please go book one for the year ahead, because she has so many good insights for you. And it goes into such a deeper level and layer of what's happening for you with the transits and what your year ahead can look like. So if you've listened to the past couple episodes and you just want to know more, definitely go do that.
It is the year to do it because there is so much change happening. And I think it can just be really helpful to know what is happening for you so you can prepare and feel guided and grounded in these changes. And it can help you make the right decisions to work with that energy rather than be like totally thrown off by it, because it is a totally new year that we're entering.
Yes. Yes, it's huge. It's so nice to have that support and even validation. Maybe you've been thinking about something that you want to shift or change, and then you hear Chanel say something and you're like, yes, that's exactly what I've been thinking, but I've kind of been scared to step into it. And now, this is correct for me. This is the area of life that I should be focusing on. It's just so supportive and helpful during this time.
Yeah. And if you want to go even a layer deeper, we do have kind of a new offering that's on my website. That's a joint astrology forecast plus human design reading with Sydney. So you can get a reading with both of us, which is, I think, even more supportive to have the astrology of the year and then also your human design of how you just operate, and how to best make decisions and how you're here to show up. So that offering is on my website as well.
Yes, and that is luckypennyastrology.com. That's where you can book the readings. You can find us on Instagram. You can find Chanel at Lucky Penny Astrology. You can find me at The Soul Meets Body. You can find us both at Stellar Sisters Podcast. And we are looking forward to a fun 2026 year. And I love the energy. I love this initiating fire, air energy. I'm excited to see what's going to come.
Me too. Let's do it. Thanks for listening, everyone.
Yeah, thank you for listening.
Happy New
Bye.
Year.
Happy New Year.